my microphone. I have never watched the Chris Watts Confessions or his polygraph test, so I thought I would, I don't know, kick it off because my wife is gone, my kids are gone. I got one baby girl here, but she's asleep. And so I figured I'd get caught up on. I'm trying to look at this Chris Watts case. It's freaking nuts because you already know, and then everyone else has already gone through it. Well, Dad with a phone hasn't, so I figured I would go look at it. And so now I'm gonna watch his confessions.
One of the things we were talking about is, as we mentioned yesterday,
Okay,
I
how
just
are ya?
knocked out the polygraph.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that today?
Okay.
Why don't we do that? Get that out of the way when you're done. This is Tammy. Did you meet Tammy yesterday?
No,
Okay.
you're the only one.
This is Tammy.
Okay, how are you?
Alright, so then when we're done, we'll figure out our game plan that I was talking about today. Your dad is use the car if you're going to be here for like an hour or more.
Can you drive?
Oh, he can drive.
Okay.
Yeah, he's yeah.
Okay, and I'll go explain to him everything else going on.
Okay. He will know where to go.
Oh, okay. Well, we can. I
Well,
can.
the house, he knows how to get to the house, but
Okay.
if it's not ready, you can't go in there. But
Okay.
Does he know how to use GPS on his phone? Or anything?
Yeah, but he wouldn't know where else to go besides my house.
Oh, that's true.
That's
Okay.
just, yeah, I can tell him if you get to go to my friend's house. If
Okay.
I'm not sure, if I'm be here for an hour or 4 hours.
Absolutely. You want me to just go talk to him and let him know when the house is going to be ready and all that, and when he can go? Because he can go grab a bite to eat or something, right?
Oh yeah, if everything should be open by now around here. So
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sure.
Well,
he's been flying since 5 o'clock East Coast time. So.
Okay. Why don't we knock this out?
Okay.
I think it's the best thing to do to move past all of this, and then I'll go talk to your dad. He'll have the keys. Everything will be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have his number, so you can call him when you're done.
There's no signal in this place, so
Oh, yeah.
Bad as that. That's why I couldn't talk to you earlier.
it was.
Between him and me, we'll figure out how to communicate and get him where he needs to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been getting text messages from a lot of news places.
Okay.
I don't know really
I think that's part of maybe what we game plan today.
not just here
Everywhere.
Today show or I don't know what to do with
Yeah.
that.
Well, I think that you certainly can do whatever you need to or want to do. But I think that after we knock this out, we get back to the team and we make a plan.
Okay, so I've been getting different advice as far as her mom said if it's a kidnapping then she said not to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
So I'm torn of what to do.
Well,
Her mom told you not to talk?
Yeah, her mom's saying because she was advised by someone like police or a detective there that if he talks to the media, it might.
Oh, to the media. Okay.
Mhm.
But I thought you were talking about to the police.
Oh no,
I was
no, just the media in general.
Yeah.
'Cause it's gone. Today's show, Good Morning America, is trying to get a hold of me, my parents, friends. So I just.
Sometimes we release details that maybe the public
They want
doesn't
details
know.
from me.
I know. So
And
that's
why
why.
I don't want to impede with what's going on here, and put the things out because I've watched enough shows that say all right, don't put things out there before the police.
Because then you don't know if somebody really knows or if they just saw it on TV.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, let's do this. I think while you're doing this, it's going to be completely okay to ignore your phone and the media and everyone, right?
Okay.
So let's get this out of the way. I think it'll really clear your mind a little bit, right?
All right.
So why don't we put a halt on the phone, on texting people, on Good Morning America, all those stuff.
I haven't responded to any of them.
Let's
Only
focus
my
on
friends.
this. Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's focus on this. Let's knock it out, and then let's talk.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
All right.
And
You guys
Grandma,
good?
you'll come in. I'll go get you when we're done.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. So go ahead and have a seat right here, Chris.
Sit on this.
Yep, I know. I'll explain what that is here in a little bit,
Yeah.
but you don't have to worry. It's not on or anything right now. It's not gonna buzz you or anything.
I've never done this before.
I know. A lot of people haven't had polygraphs before. It's not like a normal thing that people go through. A lot of people, obviously in law enforcement and places like that, they have to go through polygraphs for their job. But other than that, most people never take a polygraph in their entire life. So.
Yes, I have no idea what to expect, honestly.
Yeah. So how are you feeling today?
I'm sick to my stomach, honestly. The first day I thought, okay, she was just somewhere.
Sure.
And after yesterday, all the activity at my house, I didn't know, it went to the other extreme. I've just been like fixing my phone like that. Either somebody has her or she's in trouble, and the kids are not safe either.
Right, right. Well, and I think that's totally awesome that you're here today. I mean, I commend you. We do this in all of our missing person cases, so don't think that we're just singling you out. Like,
You're
oh my
sick
gosh, I
to
want
your
me to take a
stomach
polygraph.
'cause you're about to
Anytime
get caught.
someone was the last person to see people, or it's a missing person case, we start from the inside and we work out. I mean, that's pretty much what we do. So, I've done polygraphs on the Jessica Ridgway case. I don't know if you were here for that.
The name sounds
The
familiar.
little girl that went missing in Westminster, and
Okay.
that, yeah. And then just the one that we had in Thornton last year or the year before. So we do this all the time. So please don't think that you're being singled out. Like this is one way that if you didn't have anything to do with it, that we can
I like
let
this
the
lady.
investigators know, the people that really do need to know, that are looking for your wife and your little girls, to let them know, like, you know what, don't focus on Chris, focus over here, because obviously we've already cleared him, he's good to go. Now focus on the real person that did something to this,
Okay.
to Shanann and the little girl. So
Okay.
So I am, my name is Tammy. If you can call me Tammy, I'm an agent with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. So it's a CBI. It's kind of like the FBI, but for Colorado.
Okay.
So what our role is, just so you know, is anytime a law enforcement agency or a district attorney's office or the governor needs assistance with a case, they can call the CBI to come out and assist them.
Okay.
So obviously in this, type of case, they're calling in all the resources that they can, which includes me, who works out of the Denver office, and I also do polygraphs. So they asked me if I would be willing to come here and chat with you and hopefully get you cleared up and on your way, because it sounds like that's what you're here for, and
Yeah,
that's awesome, because that's mostly what people want to do is like, dude, you're looking at the wrong person. Like, I just want to show you I had nothing to do with this, and then you guys can get on your way and do your investigation somewhere else. So,
Okay.
because that helps us, because then we don't have to keep focusing on Chris. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. This polygraph today is going to be recorded.
Okay.
Obviously, it would be dumb if I didn't, because what if at the end I said you said whatever and you really didn't say it? Obviously, they could go back and look at the recording. There's a camera right there. And there's also a backup digital recording that I'm doing.
Okay.
Oh my
Damn
gosh,
it.
I did forget part of it, didn't I?
I must have screwed up somewhere.
So I brought Graham in here because we want to talk to you about the results, okay?
Okay.
This is after the polygraph.
So, it is completely clear that you were not honest during the testing, and I think you already know that. You did not pass the polygraph test.
Okay.
Okay, so now we need to talk about what actually happened, and I feel like you're probably ready to do that.
I didn't lie to you on that polygraph, I promise.
Chris,
I know.
Chris, stop. It's time. Just
I'm-
stop for a minute. Take a deep breath. I want you to take a deep breath right now.
He says, okay.
There's a
I didn't
reason
pass
you
it.
take to your stomach, and when people hold stuff inside, it makes you physically ill. And I can just tell on your face, I could tell from the second you walked in that you were wanting to just come clean and just be done with this. And I appreciate that, because you knew sitting down in that chair that you weren't going to pass today, and you knew I was going to find out, because I told you that. And then you continued to stay knowing that you could, at the end, say, you know what, I just need to get this off my chest. Like, I just need to tell you what happened. We're not here to play games. We're not here to do any of that with you. We just want to know what happened. So can you start from the beginning and tell us what happened
Everything that I've told you, I did not lie on this polygraph. I don't know how much I could tell you right now. Like, I did not.
It's not even an option right now because you did not pass the polygraph. So
know.
I know you were being deceptive. So that's not even an issue right now. The issue right now is what happened to Shanann, Bella, and Celeste. That's the issue right now.
Okay.
Okay. So let's talk about that. I know you want to tell us. I can
What's
see
up,
it in your face.
ma'am?
Holding this lie in is going to do nothing for you.
I know this. Like,
Okay.
I'm not like trying to like cover things up. Like,
Yeah, but you kind of are because
Them sorry
and
suckers
it's
cut it
normal.
out, didn't they?
Normal people would do that. Normal people that make a mistake initially are going to go, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything. That's normal. I would expect that. It's just like if you ask your kid, you know, did you write on the wall? And they go, no. And you're like, you have a
It's
marker
not
on your hand.
just
I know
like
you
if
didn't
you
write
ask
on
your
the wall.
kid
They're
to
like,
write on the
okay.
wall.
That's a natural reaction that someone's going to initially lie about something like that and then eventually tell the truth. So this is your eventually telling the truth time. This is where the rubber meets the road, Chris. Like, don't let this continue any longer, please.
I'm not trying to make anything continue. Like, I want them back home. Like,
But you know they're not coming back home. You know that.
I don't know in the back of my head. I hope they come back home.
But you know they're not.
I hope they come back home.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know they're not coming back home.
Chris, Timmy, and I are confused, okay? And here's what we're confused about. I told you that we've done some work overnight.
Yeah.
I told you that we've got a lot of leads, okay? That wasn't a lie.
I know.
We know a lot more than you think we do, okay? And here's where we're confused. You're this great guy, and I'm not just telling you that, okay? I'm telling you that because everyone tells us that, okay? We can't find anyone to say anything bad about you. Chris is a great guy. He's a good father. He's a good man. We're confused as to why you're not taking care of your beautiful children.
I'm not taking care of them right now.
Right now. Where are they?
I don't know where they're at. Honestly, I do not know where they are at. If I could have my babies back home right now, I would. I want them back. I want everybody back. That is the God's honest truth.
Who's gonna talk first? This is a planned attack. It's like a staring contest.
So let's keep talking about your family, okay?
I think the detective lost the first.
We just can't figure out why there's two Chris's, okay? We talked about that last night.
Yes.
We just can't figure it out.
Oh, two
There's
Chris's.
a Chris, okay? If somebody asked me my kid's child routine, I would say, I don't know, go ask their mom. That's the truth, right? And so it is very surprising to me, and it warms my heart that you're the type of dad who can pack a bag in the morning, and you know just what to put in there, and you know just what to put in there as a backup in case they have an accident, okay? You know what the clothes to put in there, you know what they have for breakfast, you know what they have for a snack, and a dinner, and a nighttime snack. You can tell me the book you read to your daughters, okay? I know you love them. And you're not faking that, are you? It's real, okay? There's a lot of guys who come in here and try to tell me that, and I know they're lying, okay? Because they can't answer those questions that you can answer, okay? But you are here today lying about something else. So we need to talk about that, okay?
I cheated on her.
I know. And this is very good. Keep
I'm not proud of it. Like, I didn't think anything like that could happen. I didn't think I'd ever do it, but I did.
I know. Keep going.
And she accused me of it. I denied it. I cheated on her, and I feel horrible for it. Like, she was pregnant, and it was. I don't want to.
So now you're confessing
I
to
hurt her emotionally. I cheated on her, and I feel absolutely horrible about this. But that's what I've been holding. When I didn't go to the Rockies game, I was with her.
Okay.
I went to dinner with her.
Okay. Keep going.
That 5 weeks I was alone, I was with her most of the time.
Okay. You're doing a good
What's
job.
up,
This is the
Beverly?
Chris that I knew would come out today. This is the Chris who tells the truth because you're a truth teller.
I'm gonna tell you, I fell out of love because I fell in love with her.
Absolutely.
Okay, I mean that's God's honest truth.
Okay. Who is her?
So I don't want to get her involved in this. I don't want to ruin her life. Like if something like this, I don't want her involved in this.
Okay. So can we talk about that a little bit?
Yes.
I knew that you would say you didn't want to get her involved.
But I just
because you'd like to take care of people.
She's a wonderful person. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, she knew I was married, yes, and I told her we were going through issues, yes.
Yes.
And I told her that, you know, we were going to get, you know, at the end, like, we were going to get separated. Like, once I figured out what that was, I didn't know what that was going to be.
I know.
I had no idea.
What's
I like,
up,
you know,
Amy?
I saw her, took my breath away, and I'd never thought in a million years that could happen.
I know.
I know you think I'm a figure, like, but like, it was, I never felt that way about anybody in my lifetime.
Mhm. Chris, that's not your fault, man.
No,
That's what I
no, I'm just,
Well, can we do this? I know you want to take care of her because it's because you're the type of guy that takes care of women. It is. You took care of your wife, you took care of your daughters, you were very good at taking care of her, and you want to take care of her. So can we make a deal? I don't think this girl did anything to hurt anybody, but I can't walk out of here wondering. So can we leave her out of it?
Okay.
And get back to your wife and your daughters.
okay.
Where are they?
That I do not know. That was what I was holding back. Like, I didn't know, like, what I did. I know.
Chris, in the interview today, you weren't asked about infidelity. You were asked about.
That was, I was holding back from last night.
That's
when
not
you
why you
talked.
failed today.
That's not how that works. You would have reactions to every single question, not just the ones that we talked about being important.
Like the ones you wanted me to lie about, like, is that what you're talking about?
No, the ones about her disappearance and knowing where she's at, and about seeing her last.
I was not lying about those things. So,
Can I tell you what I think?
Yes.
Okay. So, going into that interview today with Tammy, where we strapped you in, we knew all about Nikki. Okay? All about her. And you're doing a very good job right now, because you didn't have to tell us about it, but you did.
I couldn't hold that in anymore.
I know. We could see it on your chest
I
and
can't.
in your eyes. Okay? Here's the challenge that we have. We knew about Nikki, and so we didn't need to ask you about her in the polygraph. We just didn't need to, because we knew. Okay? And so that's why we didn't ask you, because we already knew the answer. Okay? We're very, very worried about your daughters and your wife.
I am too.
Okay? So can I tell you, maybe based on the people that I've talked to, and Tammy's talked to, based on all the investigations we've done, based on your cell phone, both your cell phones, your wife's cell phone, Nikki's cell phone, okay, based on talking with family members and friends, and based on talking with everyone, here's what we know, okay? And I'm not going to lie to you right now. Here's what we know, okay? Chris is a good man. Everyone said it. telling you that because I, want to blow smoke here. You're a good man, okay? Nobody can fake answers about packing a backpack. Nobody. You either pack a backpack for your kids or you don't, okay? This should have been the happiest time of your marriage, okay? You and Shanann. This should have been the happiest time. She's making a little money. She's making good money. You're making great money. You both have a job. You have beautiful kids. You have a beautiful house. You're in Colorado. Clean air, good people. Okay? And on top of that, you look pretty good now. You're pretty fit. Okay? This should have been a time in your marriage where you guys were happy and thriving and productive. Okay? And I believe that Shanann's the reason none of that happened. I believe that she's a controlling person. Maybe doesn't listen to you as much as she should. I think that
the play. That's a brilliant negotiation, interview.
Whatever the hell she wants. And as soon as
Pushing
you
just
order
a
nice steak, she says,
little
"Whoa, buddy."
towards her.
Okay?
See if we can get a victim
A woman that
here.
lets her man do all of the backpack packing and all of the cooking.
I'll do all the cooking, but like
Well,
she cooks like I
yeah.
do like some things here and there.
Okay? That's because you're a good person, and I think that she started on the path to leave the marriage. Okay? It's ironic that we're talking about you and Nikki. I think that she was the one who started on that path first. What do you think about that?
I wouldn't have thought about that.
Okay. And the other thing I think is interesting is, even though she is that type of person that's controlling, doesn't listen, does what she wants, is walking away from her kids, here you are defending her. Because to your core, you want to take care of the people you love. Okay. And that's the reason why.
You think this guy scripted it out the night before? Or you think he's just winging it?
Help us find them. Okay. Will you do that for us?
I'll do whatever I can to help to find where they're at.
Okay. So when she asked you, do you know
The
where they
detective,
are,
do you think
or are
he
you gonna tell the truth about
had
where
this
they are?
little
You
planned
don't
out?
know.
Or is he just
Okay.
winging it
Why?
with Chris as he
I'm
goes?
a nervous person. Like every question
Hey,
asked, every
thanks,
question
ask.
felt like I wouldn't even say the right thing.
That's not how the polygraph works.
I don't know like what it reads like. I know she was saying about the autonomy of the process, but like I don't know where they're at.
Chris, right now your dad's outside. He flew across the country to help
I know.
you. Okay? You're lying to him.
He just played the dad card. You're
You're
lying
lying
to
everyone
him.
you talk to. And they all bought it. Will you please help us find your babies?
I want to find them. I've told you over and over. I want to find everyone.
Can we go back to that night?
Yeah.
You know that we have texts. And we know that
Yeah.
there's an Alexa in your house.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that those are trained to record distress.
Okay.
You know that we know the content of Nikki's text messages and your text messages and Shanann's text messages. Okay?
I didn't know you knew where Nikki was until tonight, right now. So.
Okay. Tell us about that night again. And please tell the truth.
Oh, they know who Nikki is.
I told you the truth. I promise. I've told you the truth. Like, I woke up at 4 o'clock. I woke up at 4 o'clock. Got dressed, got ready. 4:15, me and Shanann talked about the house, about separation.
Did you guys talk about Nikki?
She accused me of like, all right, what, you know, is there somebody else?
Sure.
I didn't say it.
You denied it?
Busted.
Yeah. Okay.
Because she brought up like, you know, like, well, was there a $68 charge on dinner the other night?
Okay.
Was there 2 of you?
And that was with 2 of you, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's Nikki.
Okay. So it sounds like at that time there was maybe you weren't quite ready to just say, And this is everything.
I couldn't say it.
Okay.
We were already crying hard enough. I couldn't say that.
Okay. What did you say?
I just told her like,
I think without Nikki and the nosy neighbor, he might have had a better head start on her.
She initiated the realtor
and could have got closer, but
because we
it's over with now.
The marital issues. She's like, well, you can't afford to live on her own. Well, she can't afford to live on her own. I can't afford to live on my own. So she was like, we need to just contact Van and see.
And who'd you contact?
Well, she contacted Ann, our realtor.
Ann?
Yeah.
Okay. Would Ann say the same thing, that your wife initiated the contact?
Yeah.
Okay.
She would. And then on Monday, I texted her to see if what she could do.
Okay.
And that's in there too. You probably already knew that.
Tell me about the pregnancy. Was that your idea or hers?
She said she was about 80-20. Well, I wanted to do the pros and cons of it. Like after she got pregnant, she told everybody that it was mainly my idea.
Is that true?
He's not even really like talking like.
I wanted a boy.
Did you want to get pregnant?
The way he's talking about her is so weird. It's like he's not using the right words or the adjectives.
She was 70-30 against it at that point. Like she would tell her friends that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what? 70-30 against it? Like why?
Okay. Can you understand that some of this just doesn't make sense to us?
Why you gotta ruin it, Christy? Jeez, spoiler alert.
How is it possible that a woman and 2 kids are just completely gone off the face of the earth?
Just kidding.
I promise you, I have nothing on my hands I did nothing to those kids or her to make them vanish.
To those kids? To those kids? To my kids. You would have said to my kids.
When I left, I mean, it's on video that I left and I was in my truck. I didn't like load anything into my truck besides my tools, my container,
Oops. He
my
just
book bag, my water jug, my
told him.
lunchbox.
Okay. But then what happened?
I drove out of the driveway.
No, before you drove out of the driveway. What happened with your wife and your kids?
I didn't do anything with them. They were still in the house.
Where are they? Where did they go?
I don't know, sir. I really don't know.
Your wife's not the type of person to vanish.
I know she's not.
She had 10 things on her schedule that meant she was going to be there the next day, that day, the day after that, with friends, with a doctor. Okay? She didn't leave because she wanted to.
Okay.
So what happened?
I didn't do anything to her or the kids.
Was it an accident?
I didn't do anything.
Was it an accident?
There was no accident. I don't know if there was an accident in the house. I wasn't there for it.
It's a big deal if it's an accident, because we can work with that, Chris.
No.
And I think that's maybe what happened.
There's no accident. I did not call it an
Accident?
accident. I didn't do anything to my wife and kids.
Interesting.
Was it a misunderstanding?
There's no misunderstanding. Like we had that talk. There was a misunderstanding where I didn't tell her about the affair.
Okay.
I didn't. That
Okay.
that was the misunderstanding. Like
Sure. Miscommunication,
Yeah,
misunderstanding.
yeah.
Good.
But I probably should have told her right then. Honestly. I mean, everything was out on the table anyways.
Right.
I
He's
should have told her
trying
right then.
to
But I didn't because I just couldn't bring myself
trying to
do it.
deflect, trying to talk about that affair
What was your
again.
plan? What were you going to do? I mean, how is the separation going to work?
Like, once we got separated, I would get my own place, and then 50-50 split with the kids, I was hoping.
Mm-hmm. And what about Nikki?
Take it slow and just see if anything develops, like, when I'm, at my own place.
Okay.
I just find it hard to hear you talk about just having this emotional, conversation with Shanann, and you're bawling and crying together, and you have not shed one tear in 2 days that you've been here.
Not once.
Not one. And help me understand that, because I don't get it. These are your baby girls. And you have not shed one tear over them not being around.
Straight up.
Chris,
Straight up.
I lose my 4-year-old in the store for 10 seconds and I start to go panic. Panic. I have not seen any of that from you at all. Help me understand that.
I love those girls. I would never do any just because I haven't shed a tear. Like, you get
Yeah, no, that's weird. Is that weird?
Don't look into that like I don't love my
Well,
kids. I
tell
love
me,
my wife.
explain to me. You're crying with your wife that you're leaving her,
Yeah.
but you don't cry that your 2 little baby girls
I'm
are
hoping they're
missing?
still around somewhere. I'm hoping they're still somewhere.
Yeah, but you
alive.
don't have them right now. You're
I
not
know.
reading stories to them at night.
I know.
You're not giving them midnight snacks. You're not giving them their medicine. You're not waking up with them in the morning.
How many days after
So
this,
that should cause you
or how many
pain.
days
It does cause me pain.
But I don't see
is
that.
this interview
I
done?
don't see that. I want to see
After
the
the
Chris that
murder
cares.
or
I want to
after
see the
that
Chris
night?
that, feels bad about
Is
what
this
he
the
did
next
and
day
wants
or
to,
the
get this off
2
his
days
chest and
later?
be done with this. And let us find your little girls so that they're not out there in the middle of a field or whatever somewhere. Like, don't do that.
I love those girls to death.
Then show us that. Show us that. Show us this Chris, not this Chris.
I'm not showing you that. I'm showing you the Chris that cares about his girls and his wife. Just because I haven't shed a tear, it shouldn't make you feel like that the love isn't there for them.
He cares about them?
It's weird.
He doesn't
Yeah,
love
I-
them?
I
He just
understand.
cares,
You have to-
not care about them.
I totally see where you're coming from. Trust me, like,
Okay,
there's nothing.
2 or 3 days.
Just because I
Chris, people can be pushed to the point where they do something that they regret. It happens every single day.
I know.
But part of what makes you a man is the guy that goes, I really fucked up, but this is what I did, and I'm going to pay for what I did, and I'm going to tell you what I did, and I'm going to be honest about it.
Chris, we can keep talking to you once we find these girls, okay? So once we find these girls and your wife, right? No matter how we find them, no matter what condition they're in, we can keep talking to you and you can tell us, guys, it's not as bad as it looks. And you can say, let me tell you what happened. I was never
They
comfortable with you,
already
Brandon,
know.
with you, Tam. I wasn't comfortable
They
yet. But now
already
that
know.
everything's known, now that these girls are found and Shanann's found, however they're found, it's okay. We can keep talking to you. Okay?
Chris, did Shanann do something to them?
No, I don't know.
I'm serious.
I have no clue.
No, you would have known, because they didn't leave the house.
Like, when,
Did Shanann do something to them, and then did you feel like you had to do something to Shanann?
No, they were at the house when I left. They were there.
They weren't
There's
there.
the first time that
They
story
didn't
comes
leave.
up.
They vanished.
Did they do, or did
The
Shanann
only
do something to them?
way they could have left is in your truck.
There's no way, because, like, I didn't just throw them in my truck.
You know your truck has GPS,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because you told your boss, like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm going through separation, or maybe staying
Yeah.
at a friend's house, whatever. You know that thing pings every 10 seconds.
Yep.
So we will know
You can't turn
exactly
it off.
I know.
And
where
your-
you went.
And your company's giving that to us.
I know.
Okay. Are we not asking the right questions, Chris?
You're asking all the questions.
What are we not asking you right? What are we doing wrong?
You're not doing anything wrong.
That's when you say, you're not out there looking for my wife.
She did
Bro,
anything to these
they
kids.
already got
We both
you.
love them
They
with all our hearts.
know.
There's no way.
It could have been an accident. Something happened in the house that you know about. You failed the polygraph test, Chris. This is not about, did you leave and your wife vanished and you didn't know anything about it. That was not what you were asked, okay?
Okay.
We know that something happened to all three of them. But I want to know, did something happen to these baby girls first that you had to take into your own hands and deal with?
You had to clean it up for Shanann.
Chris, you gotta tell us. There's something that happened to these baby girls. Look at them.
I know. Before he came in, I was just watching videos.
We have no doubt you love these girls with all of your heart. I have no doubt. But we make mistakes.
And that's okay.
It's what we do with those mistakes that make us who we are.
Chris, it seems like you're thinking about it right now. What are you thinking about?
She couldn't have.
Oh, did I get too
I feel like
loud?
you cleaned
I'm
up for
sorry,
her.
Mandy. I won't turn it up so loud.
I feel like that's the type of guy that you are.
This girl knows. She already knows what's up.
Which one of you has the breathing thing?
Well, they both have inhalers, but Cece has the EOE. Encephalitis esophagitis.
Did she have problems breathing?
Only like with her allergies and whatnot, like if she had anything next, but she's one with the endoscopies and everything and the surgeries I told you about.
Do you think she had trouble breathing that night? And Shanann freaked out? And didn't want to live without her baby girl?
So
I'm kind of
Did you hear
confused.
about the
They're like
homicide
just,
that
they're
happened
just,
in Aurora with the guy
it's
beat
crazy
that
because
family
they
to
just
death
give
with
him a
Bolton
story.
hammer? The only person that survived was a 3-year-old sibling. And that sibling grew up to be a total mess. No family, no mom and dad, no brother or sister, just her by herself. She says, I wish I would have died with them. And there are times that people freak out. I've seen it. I mean, I've been in law enforcement for almost 20 years. I've seen it. Parents freak out and they're like, oh my God, like, I can't have my baby girls live without each other. They're best friends. They're like twins. They're, you know, they wake each other up in the morning. And I understand that.
Well, you can't plant a confession that
Yeah, Mom
easy,
and Castle
but
Rock.
he definitely
But
wants to
She
confess,
hated both her baby
and he
girls.
wants to tell a better story than what really happened. That's the
My
problem.
husband was gonna take
And
them,
he's
and she's
going
like,
to
I
latch
just
on to
couldn't-
all this
she
and
said, "Hey, I
definitely
thought
build
I
a
was
story
doing right by them.
that's better
I
than the
thought I
one
was
that really
saving them
happened,
pain."
probably.
And I get it.
why? Oh, she's saving the pain.
Because she didn't want them to have to live without their mom.
Chris, this is a weight that's going to be on you for the rest of your life until we resolve it tonight. Unless we can talk about this more tonight, this is going to follow you forever. I promise you, when you start talking to us, you will feel better. I know you already feel better about getting the Nikki off your chest.
Please don't like involve her in the news or anything like that. She can't do that.
You got to help me.
I know.
Chris, we're giving you a lifeline right now. You need to take it. You need to reach out and take it.
Did they look like this the last night you were with them?
Hey, Philip, I have never watched this, so I figured I'm going to play it for myself. And then I played some interviews the other day, or played some tape the other day, and people just filled me in along the way. So that's what's happening. So if you've seen it, you can tell me more. Or if you haven't seen it,
Did
you
guys
can
make sure
sit here and
they were
enjoy it
warm when
with
you
us.
left the house?
Make sure they were warm. They're always warm. They always have, when they're in their beds, they're always warm.
Okay. Were you guys taking care of them at the very end?
They're always taken care of. They never miss a meal.
Chris, you took them out of the house with their blankets and their animals. Like, that's because you cared. That's what a caring dad does.
I mean, I'm always caring for these kids. There's nothing in this for my life.
I believe that. I believe that, and I believe someone made a mistake, whether it was you or Shanann. And you either cleaned up after Shanann, or you made the mistake, and, I mean, I wanna believe that maybe Shanann did it, and
Man, he
you
trying to
felt
tell me to
compelled
I'll
fix this,
you.
so Shanann didn't look bad. That's what I wanna believe. But I don't know, you're not telling me that, so makes me think the worst, like, did you
I
do
did
that
not do
to
anything.
all three of them?
I did
Like,
not do anything to these kids. Not do anything.
what did Shanann do to them? Tell us, Chris. Chicks are crazy.
Can I go talk to my dad or something?
Absolutely.
Come.
Do you want to bring him in here?
No, I just need to talk to my dad. Like, he flew across the country.
Hey, Chris,
I can't.
how about this? If we brought your dad in here, would you please tell him what happened?
Can I just go talk to him? I've been in here for like 5, 6 hours, and I'm like,
Absolutely. Chris, look at me, man. It's not going to feel any better. He deserves an answer.
It's your best friend.
There's only one person you wanted here most, and that's your dad.
yes.
What would you tell him?
I love him, and I just want him to be by my side.
Okay. He knows more than we do that you're a good man. And he knows as much as you want to protect your wife, Shanann. I think he would tell you to do the right thing. Before we get him,
Can I go out there and talk to him?
well, I don't know that you want to do it out there because there's a lot of people going through the halls. Should we bring him in here?
We'll step out. Okay?
Can you do a few minutes with him? Okay.
At this moment,
Can we just
Chris
ask a couple more
knows
questions?
you're not leaving the building, buddy. They're not letting you out of the room.
It seems like you're about to get it off your chest. Is there any way that you can help us understand more about Shanann and why maybe something happened? So that we don't get a bad picture about her. And what I mean is, what happened that night with her?
As far as like after I talked to her,
With the girls?
like when we were having that conversation in bed there,
Mm-hmm.
like when I talked to her about the separation and the house, and she asked me about the affair, and
Okay.
that's how that conversation went.
Okay.
She was distraught. She had like mascara run down her face, all that. I mean, it was emotional.
Well, how about this? If we bring in your dad, will you promise me that you'll talk to him?
I'll talk to him.
Okay. Will you promise me that you'll tell him everything? Would it be easier if you told him and he told us?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know if that's going to be easy or not. I tend to think it's not. I think you're the type of guy that needs to take responsibility because you always have taken responsibility. You've always made the right choice. So, I guess I'm just worried that if we bring your dad in here, that could distract you. What do you think?
Distract me from like talking to you.
Yeah.
I just need to talk to him.
Okay. All right. I know you'll do the right thing. I do. I don't know how long it's going to take. I think that you need to think a little bit more about them. Okay?
And you need to realize that your dad is not gonna stop loving you no matter what you tell him. You are his child, and he will not stop loving you,
Never.
ever.
And this is not the last chapter in anyone's story. At all. Okay? He's been here the whole time. You know, he didn't ever seen sometimes when an animal's owner dies, they stick around forever? I think that's your dad. Poor guy didn't want to leave today, okay? So, keep that in mind. He wants to hear it all. All right. Yeah.
Ooh-wee. What you think's running through his head right now? What do I tell my dad? I just want to talk to my dad. What can I tell him? They left the room. Do I tell him the story they said? What if I just do that? What if she did it and I did it to protect them? Then I freaked out. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go with that one. It was all on her. Man, the voice is running in his head right now. You can't believe he thinks he's gonna get out of this, right? He knows they know. He knows they know. And then he called for Daddy. All these little voices running in his head. That clock. Ding, 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 ding. The clock. The clock is ticking, Chris. It's ticking. We all got the same amount of time. All got the same time. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Right now, the cops haven't even told your dad to come back yet. They're just waiting. Quiet. Crazy. You know, in his head right now, he's just freaking out. Yes, ma'am. It's all part of their plan. Let there be a little time. Let's give him 5 minutes turn into 10 hours in your mind. How long? Right now he's like, where's my dad at? You want some yogurt? I got a little one I gotta take care of here. Y'all hold down chat. Be nice.
Hey, Chris, we're gonna let you have however much time you need, okay?
Okay. You gonna leave us in there or no?
Yes.
Okay. I know.
What's going on with anything, or?
And it's, polygraph failed it.
Failed it?
Yeah, 'cause there's,
Too much emotions.
so I mean, they're not gonna let me go.
Is there any reason why they shouldn't? Let you know?
They know I had an affair. And they know. I can't complain about that.
They know you had an affair.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you wanna tell me, what's going on, or what might have happened, or anything, or you know anything about?
When we had that conversation that morning, it was, it was emotional, it was, told her about separation and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
What happened after that?
I mean, I went downstairs and I don't want to protect her.
What?
I don't want to protect her.
You don't wanna protect her?
I don't know what else to say.
What happened? Huh? She hurt him?
Yeah.
All the story comes.
What now?
I thought about her.
You hurt her? Did they leave after that, or what happened? So she started hurting the kids?
They were.
Tell me, Chris, what happened? What? She smelled it? Or choking? No.
I didn't hear anything. When I was downstairs, I came back up and they were gone. I don't know, like me talking to her about that. Talking to her about separation and everything, about, like,
And she lost it.
I don't know, like, what else to say, like, 'cause I freaked out. I had it. Those are my kids.
So she, it's not that one time, you were leaving this and go to work.
Mhm.
She freaked out over the separation and everything.
Like, she laid back down, but that's when I went downstairs, but I heard like a little commotion upstairs, but I didn't think anything of it.
Mm-hmm. And then you went back upstairs and she was,
Never, I could see like, she was on top of me.
what, choking her, or? Did she kill her?
They're blue.
Both of them?
Yeah.
She choked both of them to death.
I freaked out in the champagne. How was it though?
No, just,
I couldn't like call cops about it.
so what did you do, haul the bodies off or something?
I mean, I didn't know what else to do. I freaked out. I didn't know nothing else to do. I didn't know what to do.
So she killed both CC and Bella, choked them to death. You lost it and choke her or?
That's just rage. I mean, I hadn't.
Man, that is tough.
Like, in her heart, I know she knew about the affair. She just was waiting for me to say something and for me to deny it again. I think she just lost it.
That's when she went off and told her about it.
And that's when the crying, like, happened. And what's gonna happen?
She lost it when we told her about her confirming the affair.
I didn't tell her how long, she just knew. She just knew. I could deny it all I want, she just knew.
Saying that she killed both of them over, was it the separation or the affair?
I think she just knew, like, the affair was happening, but I just denied it.
But you told her before, on that, about separation.
But, you know, she was hoping we'd go to counseling or something. I didn't want the counseling. Like,
She lost it. And another separation. Did she break up the affair that morning too? That's rambling, yeah.
I wanted to talk to you.
See, lots of it on separation.
Pretty much knowing the affair was going on, but we just profusely denying it.
I never did. I mean, totally, but she more or less knew something was going on. She actually killed both her children. And you snapped. Well, you finally got a lawyer. See what you can do. Next range. She didn't kill nothing.
What's that?
Woman.
You okay? You sure?
It's not. I'm sorry, your name was Tammy.
Chris, help us work through this with you, okay? Will you tell us what you told your dad?
After that conversation,
Drink water up there, son.
no, it's fine.
Yeah.
After that conversation we had, and she accused me of the affair, and she, in her heart, she knew what was going on. And she knew about the dinner the other night. It was too much for just me.
She knew about what now?
When I told her I went to a Rockies game,
Oh.
I went out to bed. I went downstairs.
And that's when you told her about the separation.
Well, that was when I was upstairs in bed.
Oh.
And told her, what I wanted, and I wanted a separation. And that's what I want.
Oh, it's alright. Chat's looking real fun. Everybody's keeping it civil though. Look at that.
Went downstairs
Wow,
and
like adults.
started packing up a few things. And I heard a couple things upstairs, but I didn't think anything of it. I continued to just, own thing and get ready to get everything packed up.
At this point, he's accepted the fact that he's never going to see the light of day again. He knows he's told a lie, and now it's just like, oh shit, my life's over. Life's over. Told him a lie. It's going downhill from here. He should have
Pulled off and she
probably
was
been quiet about
laying there.
2.5 hours ago. But
She was just hot.
the question is, has Patrick seen this? Because Patrick didn't have an interview like this. He had a 15-minute phone interview that is still in question. They're going to allow into court. And so here in just a few days, Friday, this week,
I ran in there and got on top of her.
another Colorado dad who didn't give a confession, who didn't say anything. We're about to see what happens. This is crazy because I've never watched any of these tapes, and so for me to sit back and watch these tapes, it's rather interesting to watch it already knowing what happened. It's crazy.
Those are my kids.
What happened? Shannon? Where were you at?
Right there. I put it back in our bed. Sure.
Into your bed? Okay. What happened next?
I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. I'm shaking. Like both my kids are blue and they're gone. And I'm just like blind, just, I'm not that person, like, I'm just like, she hurt my kids. Like I had to do the same thing to her.
So what happened after she was in your bed?
In there, and I didn't know what to do. It was pull the sheets back and just cover her up.
Ooh, I guess it cut off. That's craziness. So that's what they convicted him on. The confession. Confession by Chris Watts. That's crazy. Then he comes back, tells a whole different story a few years later. Yeah.
Can I slide this over?
Hope you slide this over?
This.
Yeah. Oh, is it stuck? There you go.
Yeah, thanks.
Ooh. Oh, I'm sure it is. I probably pulled one that cut early. I just wanted to go an hour anyway. I'm already 10 minutes over. Can't be jacking with that. We got to end with... Let me see where my crap is. I'm supposed to end with. Ah!
Nissin Cup Noodles.
Just warm it up.
Cup noodles very veggie. Try new
Pay them
vegetarian
sponsors.
soy sauce flavor with a full
Pay
serving
them
of
bills.
veggies and no added MSG.
Woo! There you go. Thanks for watching Dad with the Phone. We'll see you guys later. And I don't know what else I'm going to watch on this Chris Watts thing. I'm going to watch some other stuff. So we'll see what happens. Thanks again for watching. It's been fun. We'll talk to you later. And I think I just got a call from somebody. Bam, bam, bam.